What's up, traders? Sandro O'Connell with Pristine Capital coming at you with yet another market recap video. It is November 24th, 2021. It is Turkey Day Eve. Let's dive into this market analysis. Before we do that, quick first disclaimer, nothing in this video should be construed as investment advice or recommendations. Please follow your own trading plan, your own risk parameters. Last but certainly not least, do not YOLO your entire account to any one of my trades or anyone's trades for that matter. All right, box scores on this Turkey Day Eve. S&P 500 finished the day up 0.27%. We had the NASDAQ QQQ finishing up 0.32%. IWM small caps finished the day up 0.11%. And the Dow Jones was once again a dog, finishing flat on the session. Volatility declined in all four of these indices, which is a good thing. It's exactly what we want to see heading into a holiday. In the beginning of the session, it was very volatile. And it was like, oh man, are we about to dump into Turkey Day? That would be insane. But yeah, things ended up resolving to the upside. We did have positive breadth in 2 out of 4 of these indices. When we opened up for trading, we had horrible breadth. It was like 20% advancers, 30% advancers across the board. And the breadth did build in all of these indices throughout the session. Keep in mind, S&P 500 had negative breadth, only 48% advancers, and the Dow Jones also had negative breadth with 47% advancers. Finviz Heat Map, big wins today for the semiconductor space. So Nvidia, this stock, definitely one of, if not the strongest stocks of 2021. AMD also had a fantastic relative outperformance. You can see Tesla went positive during the session. At one point it was down well over 3%, and then pretty much a mixed bag otherwise. Let's take a look at some of these assets here. So one, for instance, Nvidia, this one just super dominant throughout the entire year, and this one basically pulled back to the 10-day EMA and had a nice bounce today. AMD also looking very solid. AMD up 5.26%. And look at this, we're basically trading back out to a new high. So looking very strong for AMD. Let's take a look at the headline indices and just take a look at what we got going on. My trend model flipped from a -1 all the way to a +3 today. And what's interesting is, it's been a challenging market, a choppy market, but overall, the market has gone sideways since the beginning of November. Really, since November 8th, we've had 2 to 3 weeks of consolidation, which is a good thing. We had back-to-back pullbacks to this 20-day simple moving average, and I'm sure there were a ton of stop loss orders, below the 20-day. It looks like the market found that liquidity on both days and inflected higher. So given my trend model is a +3, given we, made it off the 20-day, definitely the path of least resistance is looking like it is to the upside, which makes perfect sense given, the seasonality and the potential for a Santa Claus rally. Take a look here. We basically pushed up all the way through this weekly value area, back up to that weekly value area high. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Yeah, pretty much 3 doji candles consecutively, getting a little bit less overbought with each passing week. Take a quick look. We'll check out our NASDAQ. NASDAQ pulled back to the 20-day, same exact deal, undercut the 20-day and rallied. Let's take a look at the Russell. Russell, deep pullback to this monthly value area high, and now we're, I guess you can say we're stabilizing here. Definitely not showing relative strength. And then these darn dogs of the Dow Jones, bouncing off this monthly value area high, but again, not showing the relative strength. Let's take a look at our crypto markets over here, and we can see Bitcoin trading up 1.19%, Ethereum trading down 0.34%, and Bitcoin has just been stuck in a range for about the last week and a half after having a bit of a correction. So over this holiday break, I am looking for Bitcoin to move higher. That would really confirm that, hey, we are back in a risk-on environment. I don't want to see Bitcoin, just folding into this holiday. So we'll see what happens here. We successfully tested this 55K level. I would imagine that we are going to test the opposite side of this consolidation range, somewhere around 60,000. All right, let's take a look at our sectors and style factors. I'm going to try to keep this to about 10 minutes today. Semiconductors were our best in terms of momentum. You can see they're at the top of this list, up 1.1%. The SPAC ETF was up 1.01% as well. Real estate doing very well, up 1.21%. And then a lot of these laggards had nice balances today. So that was a big major theme. Weak areas of the market really having some nice comebacks. KWEB, which I am exposed to, up 1.93%. We had the MSOS cannabis ETF up, even genomics, just a lot of bounces. And then let's take a look at our style factors. Style factors. Best performing style factor was growth, followed by momentum. And then you can see laggards in international value, international momentum. And you can see, some money flowing out of the defensives, pretty much flat on the day. All right, let's take a look at some of my trades for today. Today, I did not want to be, super active by any means. Let's take a look. The only trades that I really did, I just take a quick screenshot of these. So I got long some SPY calls at 10.10, a little lotto trade, and closed out for a very small winner. Got long at 295, closed it out for 316. I did end up getting shaken out. When the FOMC minutes were released, the market flipped from, maybe plus like 15 basis points to, down 15 basis points. And yeah, it got shaken out of this one for a small winner. So in the grand scheme, no big deal. But I think for future reference, one thing that I'm noticing is, the markets have become very choppy. Like, look at this. So one of my strengths as a trader is I, allow my winners to run and really just let them go. But I think, given how choppy the markets are, especially when I'm scalping, I need to make sure to be taking my targets, when I have a nice winner. So that's just something I'm going to be thinking about. It really depends on what kind of position you're taking. If it is a scalp, it makes sense to take those targets. If it's like a long-term thematic, trade, then not so much. You don't want to be cutting off your gains. So yeah, very little for me in the way of trading volume. Oh yeah, one thing I did do, I added to my Futu December 3rd 58 calls for 275. Futu reported awesome earnings. So this company continues to grow, continues to expand internationally. They have great margins. I had a nice sequence trading this one for earnings last earnings cycle. And basically I did this same exact pattern where it reported earnings. Let's take a look on this chart. So Futu. So it reported earnings, back here. It reported in the morning in the AM session, and it put in a doji candle very similar to what it did today. And then the next day it had, this really nice bar higher. Today we reported earnings. I thought the earnings were great. And you can see we basically put in a doji candle. So, heading into next week, I want to see if we can get a move higher in Futu. And yeah, that's about it for my trading for today. Let's take a quick look at our options order flow. This is going to be brought to you via Big Tech. Let's check it out here. Look at our options matrix. We will take a look at our options races for today. Our combined flows. And let's see how much flow we have. Tesla, I believe yesterday was somewhere around like 5.6 billion. And let's check it out. Tesla. Okay, only 2.7 billion in true holiday fashion, just much less trading volume. Then you can see AMD had some flows, Zoom, IWM, Lucid. Let's take a look here. AMD, bunch of call flow, Nvidia as well. So the semiconductors, continue to be a group that's really trusted by the market. Roblox had a pretty violent pullback the last 2 days, and we saw the call buyers return. Let's take a look at this one. Roblox up 8.15% today, so really nice sequence for this stock. Global E, this was one that I brought up on Twitter Spaces yesterday and just said, hey, this one looks really oversold, and like it was pretty much just like overcooked on the downside. This one was up 15.75%, and that was a theme I noticed throughout the market. The stocks that were hardest hit, that were quality companies, got nice bounces. That being said, hope you all have an awesome Thanksgiving break. I know it's been a long couple weeks in the market. Just make sure you're getting that family time. It's a great time to just not think about the market for a little bit. And yeah, just enjoy time with your family. So with that being said, I will see you all on Friday.